Yo, call me Spider-Man, I'm sticking with a plan. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Game Skates today. And only today, we have some exciting Sonic news to talk about, some potential future of Crossroads, even more Sonic Frontiers DE stuff, and something special for Sonic's anniversary I get to take part in. So make sure to sit down, enjoy the video, lock it in. And let's start with the biggest news of the week that I get to finally be a part of. And thank you all for the love and support. Yes, it is happening on June 23rd. No, not essential, but a Sonic birthday live stream filled with special guests, gameplay activities, music, and more to celebrate 35 years of Sonic. Best of all, we'll be raising funding for St. Jude, so be sure to come and get. So you can't complain. You listen. There's immediately a barrier that has been put here, being like, no, you can't say anything. It's for charity. But yes, I want to thank every single one of you watching who have supported my content to make something like this happen. That's why I'm going to be hosting an official Sega birthday stream. So this is going to be awesome. I can't believe it. I get to host this with incredible co-hosts. We got Rogers Base hosting with me. You got Jack. You've got fantastic guests. You got May. You got your Sam Procrastinates, your Kennys, your Treasure Huntings, your Emsbury. Evan Stanley's going to be there. It's going to be awesome. And if you look in the replies, they did put a statement about, obviously, the address me in the room, right, where they say, P.S. We know many of you are eager for the future Sonic, for future Sonic updates. We won't be covering everything in this live stream, but we're excited to hang out with you on the 23rd. So, obviously I cannot say anything because I'm part of this, but I would say, listen to that and of course, be there. It's going to be a good birthday stream, but again, I cannot stress enough how thankful I am for all of you for constantly supporting me and getting me to do something like this. So again, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of the Game Skate, so please, just know that you are appreciated and I love you. Thank you for making dreams like this come true. I couldn't have done this without you, genuinely. And literally, this just dropped as I started recording that side. We officially have a Sonic X Fortnite collab happening after forever of thinking about it. But it says Epic Store plus Fortnite, new partners coming soon. And it's a Sonic Racing Crossroads Vampire Survivor Control Resident. All right, man. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Can we, hold on. Can we get anything? Dude, Sonic in Fortnite has been the most hysterically weird concept forever. In general, Sega's been pretty coy about working with Fortnite. I can't think of a Sega character that's in Fortnite unless I'm missing one. You could argue Miku, but Miku doesn't always go through Sega. I believe Miku goes through her company, which is it's called Cryptic Inc. or something. But Sega, assists when it comes to having her in different games and stuff. But yes, Miku is not necessarily a catalyst for Sega being in here. We did technically get Sonic in Fortnite recently, if you guys remember. What was it? It was, what's the racing game? Rocket League got a Sonic car, and there was a Sonic car in Fortnite. So I really hope, can we just get Sonic in Fortnite, bro? I really hope that it being a Sonic Racing Crossroads Club doesn't just mean another car, right? I hope it's not just a car in there. I would love Extreme Gear in Fortnite. That would be really cool. If they were able to figure out Extreme Gear in there, right? Or obviously, just give us our Sonic 1Z. Stretch out Sonic. A lot of people have been pointing out how for Amazing Little Circus, they stretched out Palm. I would love to as well. But, this is just, it just, come on, man. Just put Sonic in the game. Put the gang in there. Get some good chops up in there. Come on, get some music easily. Sonic and Fortnite is the easiest collab you could do. I've always said, they should do something where they add what are those legendary items they have where it's literally a spin dash or a homing attack, or when you get it, you get close to someone, you can just roll onto them. There's a ton of ideas they could do for Sonic Racing, for Sonic in Crossroads. I just hope that it being Sonic Racing Crossroads doesn't make it, just a smaller collab. Just come on, it's time to dedicate, please. I'm begging you. And while we're talking about Crossroads, I might as well do this survey live with you guys. People were saying that this survey for Crossroads apparently might hint or detail at the future of the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out the Sonic Racing Crossroads survey together. Let's see what they've been cooking. So let's begin this right here. So tell us your age. Oh God. Listen, I'm 29, not 30 yet, so I can still say 20s. I got this, bro. Male, tell us your occupation. We've got, it was self-employed. We're in North America, right? Did you participate in the open network test? Yes. Did I play the demo? Yes. Select the kind of genres you've got. Sonic, Sega. I guess I would go RPG, action, adventure. How many hours of games do you play a week? I'd say what? Like, because of streams and everything, like probably 20 hours, right? I have played and currently on the full version. Which do you mainly play offline? Grand Prix, online modes? I play mainly online modes, to be honest with you. I don't touch the offline. So here we go. When did you start playing this game? Oh, I would play right after release. All right, I skipped ahead a little bit because some of these questions are a little generic, but one that I'm thinking about right here is this, where it says, what usually prompts you to playing Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS? So what do they got? They got, I feel like racing offline when I feel like racing online, which is true. When I play with friends and family, true. When festivals are being added, absolutely. When Legend Cup begins, yep. When a collab character is added, when a collab course is added, when a new gadget is added, and yeah, I feel like those are the big ones, right? What's your goal when you play? To raise my rank in World Match, to raise in Legends rank, to beat all the Grand Prix? I mean, I feel like I already did that. Yeah, I feel like that's really it, for now at least. I can't think of anyone, right? Of these, what is your strongest motivation for playing Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS? I would say, I would just say, to spare feel-free moments of free time. I guess like you can raise your rank in Legends Cup. I would like to get Emerald. All right, perfect. Finally, a worthwhile question to talk about here. So, which modes would you like to see expanded with more gameplay features, in there? So, I actually would like to answer each of these, with a different kind of answer. Like, I think Grand Prix would benefit from maybe if they gave voice acting to some of the DLC characters, it would be a good excuse to go back in Grand Prix, right, and get in there. Or even maybe if you play Grand Prix again, you could unlock costumes. That would be pretty motivating. Time trials, I feel like they did a good job with. I don't even need anything outside of time trials. I feel like unlocking the songs for getting the S ranks is like good enough, right? And maybe they could add even more songs so that if you beat time trials on different speeds, or beat your record again or something, maybe you can unlock a costume, right? Race Park, I think I'm good on. I was fine playing that week one. World Match is the biggest one, right? I mean, I think we can all agree, like, we want some kind of new modes for World Match. We'd like some kind of new unlockable. I do know people that are at the top rank of the game and have nothing else to unlock, really. And so I would like, maybe some more of the auras you can unlock, maybe some more character costumes, maybe even more Dompa tickets, more titles, right? Like, that's obviously a big one we can have in there. Festivals, I feel like, are fine reward-wise. I mean, I feel like I wish the stickers were a little bit more like, more than just, stock PNGs of most of the franchises that they get. But that's fine. Legends Comp is a big one where it's like, okay, I think when it comes to Legends Comp, they need to change the titles, right? Like look at this on screen. Like, they have the titles that you unlock whenever they promote it, where it's like top 10 of round 4, top 100 of round 3, top 1,000 of this. Like, I wish they would make it so that or like Emerald or Platinum or whichever. I wish they would just make new kinds of titles just to make it a little bit more exciting, because like for now it does feel like it's just kind of like the same title, but it says round 3 or 4. So I would 100%, update how Legends Comp works in there. And challenges, man, add challenge areas, you know what I mean? So like, make more of those. For those who haven't played Grand Prix, I've played Grand Prix. All right, I'm only grabbing the interesting points of this survey at this point. Which of the following games do you own? This is interesting that they ask this right here. So we can see Mario Kart World is one of the suggestions, which is interesting. Please tell me maybe they're looking at a knockout tour mode potentially, right? Kirby Air Riders, like, obviously, I'm sure they're looking at that. Hey, when Kirby Air Riders gets his DLC? Hats. Give you some hats. And they're at Forza Horizon. I have not played that. MK Deluxe, maybe for some costume references. Frontiers and Shadow Jets is an interesting question. And Superstars. Minecraft makes sense. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Interesting. I wonder why they're asking about that. Maybe just like the crossover aspect, I guess. Maybe like that's what they're looking at. Pac-Man World 2 makes sense because of the DLC. Mega Man makes sense. All the games that they've collabed, I find Smash interesting, but I can't imagine that's anything more than just because of like the crossovers that they have there. So here we go, more of the new stuff. So how excited are you about the newly announced Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS Year 2? Very excited. Here we go. What kind of new elements do you expect from Sonic Racing, CROSSWORLDS Year 2. So what do they suggest here? So collabs with other gaming companies, game IPs, yes, right? Which, it's funny actually, we have yet to see a game IP show up for Year 2. The first two have been Godzilla and Evangelion, which are more like anime live action. I guess I don't know what Godzilla is. I know what Godzilla is, but it's more of a movie franchise, unless I'm wrong about that. But you know what I mean. It's not a video game franchise, right? So it is interesting that we haven't seen a game IP for Year 2. Please let me know what you would like to see for Year 2 in terms of games. So collabs with non-gaming IP from companies, which we've seen. Collabs with Sega IP, I agree with. And then here we go. Yes. New modes, new courses, new characters, new gadgets, new customization elements. Okay, so all right, buddy, chop over here. First of all, new modes. Yes, I've been championing this forever. Listen, CrossWorlds team, Sonic, I don't think they watch this, but please, and I want everybody to shout this from their thoughts, get them to add an elimination mode. All right, I am telling you, that would go so hard. Imagine what you just do is that you make it, you can maybe change the setting, right? Where you can have it so that you go 4 laps and every lap 3 racers are eliminated, right? And then boom, the champion's the champion and they win the tour, right? That's a new mode I want in there. I would love to see that. I would love to see one of those ring challenges, right? Like I remember those ring challenges that you would go through in the old Sonic Racing games in the campaign modes. Like some of the campaign mode missions from Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed were so cool. You know what I mean? There were modes where, you know, you'd have to shoot like a boss. There was modes where, like I said, you'd have to go through all the rings in time. There were modes where, like, there were drift challenges where, like, you had to hold your drift as much as possible. Like, stuff like that would actually just go a long way to, like, you know, put your longevity with the game a bit longer. New courses. We've talked about this a lot. I mean, the DLC courses are great, but it does feel a little limited. You know, I remember when they would drop a Mario Kart pack back then, right? Like, and it would come with 4 courses, right? And like, that's a lot of courses, man. And it's like, I love the new courses we get, but you know, since they don't even come with a unique crossworld, right? Sometimes it can feel a little bit like, you know, it's not enough, right? So I would like some new, you know, I would like some new crossworld additions. You know, the whole gimmick of the game is not getting new content, basically, like with the crossroads you go to. So maybe the crossroads can be free while the new stages can stay, like, you know, new for the DLC characters, but that would be something cool in there. New characters, obviously, you know, this is something I'd like to see, more Sonic characters as well as free characters. I do wonder, I mean, this I don't even know or anything. It's like, I do wonder if we are gonna get a, you know, new set of free characters. I can't imagine they won't, right? Like, I can't imagine that, like, now that we've gotten the Year 2 announcement, that after those next 3 free characters, that they're not going to announce that, boom, we're doing another set of, you know, maybe 6 free characters this time around. Maybe it's a little lower. Maybe it's 10 this time around. I don't know, but I would be shocked if we don't get some new characters. New gadgets, obviously. It's always nice to change up the meta. New cards, and please, new customization elements. Costumes. I cannot stress enough how much costumes would drive people to play this game. If you made it so that if people participated in a world match for a period of time, or, you know, a Legends comp, or a festival, and one of the rewards you could get was character costumes, you would get so much more people back in the fold because they'd want to unlock it. Please, bro. I would love something like that. I would even love if they went a step further. And you know, in Mario Kart World, when certain characters in certain costumes do different poses, that would be something awesome. I doubt they would go to that length, but regardless, come on, man. Like, the fact that the riders' outfits are not in the game yet is like criminal. So please, we've got that in there. If you have any comments or feedback, let me know. What do we got at this point, right? For me, like, when it comes to Crossroads, I want costumes, right? I want elimination. Please let me know, by the way, join me and tell me the 5 things you want the most. I want an elimination mode, elimination/knockout mode. I think that would be huge for the game and it'd be super fun. I want new gameplay modes, right? I would like, again, item balancing. Item balancing still needs some work, man. Nerf the slime. Nerf the slime. Why is slime still robbing my items, making me rotate the stick, taking my speed away? Like, it's doing 3 different things, man. We need to chill on the slime. All right, those are the 3 things I want, or 4 things I want the most in there. So please, come on now. I just, that's all I asked for. And there we go. Submitted the survey. No, but it is interesting to see, like, what they're trying to explore and what they're trying to see. I do hope we get a potential Year 3 in there. But what's interesting about, you know, I lost my train of thought. Let me redo that. But yeah, no, it's nice that they're doing this survey once again and trying to continue to gauge feedback because it's clear that they care about this game and they want to do more with it. All right, and let us once again talk about the worst kept secret in probably one of the worst kept secrets in Sonic history, to be honest with you. I'd like to make a video about like Sonic leaks, like the history of them and how bad it's gotten or what. But Sonic Frontiers DE. So thanks to a user, Conus4, we have made our first look at the cover art for Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition. So once again, here it is, but now we have the official leaked box art of it, and yeah, it is a Switch 2 copy. Unfortunately, it is a game key card, which is something that a lot of people have been upset about and complaining about, you know, that the Switch has been doing. But yeah, no, I mean, this is one of those things I don't got much else to say. I feel like we've yapped our ear off about Sonic Frontiers DE. I mean, we can read the back and see, but there it is, our official confirmation that there's really nothing more to this. It is just the game, and it includes sights, sounds, and speed, and Sonic Birthday Bash content, the Final Rise and Story campaign, bonus in-game items, and more. So that's one of them. It is going to be really upsetting if there's no upgrade path. I doubt there is going to be, right? I wish they would at least do a discount. Like, it would be cool if at least if the store detects that you own the game, maybe give you like a 50% off or 25% off or something. Like, that would be something that would be motivational and exciting for it. But yeah, I mean, obviously another, like, at this point, the last prayer I have for this game is that at the very least we get a day one patch on all the platforms, because it does seem like they're going to update all the platform editions of the game to just be called Frontiers DE with all the content included, with the game, you know, discounted. But like, yeah, my hope is that there's at least a patch, maybe that now it's a Switch 2 edition, the game, you know, can look great on Switch and get everything. And then I honestly am curious to see how well and it plays and runs on Switch 2. I'm not gonna lie, because like I love playing on my Switch, and the one experience I haven't had with Frontiers as many times as I've replayed it is I never really got to play it in handheld mode fully, because when I tried the Switch version, I was like, wow, this is really bleh. You know what I mean? This is no bueno, you know what I mean? I do not like it. So it'll at least be nice to be there. And you know, for people asking for that, how did this get this bad? It's super clear that they probably want to do some kind of, you know, insta drop for it, right? Or something, or they want to make it a quick reveal, because like, you know, typically games that get physical editions need marketing, because, you know, they have to make the physical copies and send them out the stores. Like, it's very rare that a game gets announced and then you have the physical copy drop. Now, granted, this could still be months away. We don't know, right? But whatever they're doing on the storefronts and everything, like, it seems like it's coming pretty fast. And yeah, I think it was just a hard thing to keep secret because they were trying to keep it a secret. But it's tough, man. I mean, the games industry nowadays, like, keeping a game secret is almost impossible. I mean, games get rated on rating boards. That's difficult to hide. Games, you know, have insider leaks. You know, you have your Nate the Hates out there. Let me know, by the way, in the comment section below, what is your stance on leaks, right? Because I was having this discussion with my chat, especially after Nate the Hate. Like, I've seen a lot of people sort of turn on, maybe not turn on them, but yeah, like turn on the idea of like these big leaks of stuff happening before. And I've always said, for me, like, I'm okay with leaks as long as they are, as long as there's something that, one, you have to actively seek. Like, you know, when we look at silly 4chan leaks, like, those are 4chan leaks that we don't know if they're real or fake or not. You know what I mean? You know, there isn't a guy on 4chan where you're like, oh yeah, that guy is always right. It's always random, which is why it's fun to read, because it could be real or it could not be real. But when you're getting it from a substantial, like, journalist that knows their stuff and they're telling you exactly what's going to be announced, that's when, you know, things get a little bit murky, because then you're like, oh, well, now you're just kind of ruining the surprise for people. But yeah, I'd be curious to know your stance on leaks. But yeah, that's mainly all the Sonic content of the week. So yeah, guys, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the Sonic Anniversary stream. I'm excited for Sonic Frontiers DE. I'm excited for Sonic Racing Crossroads, and I'm excited for whatever we might get in the future. Please, please, please. So thank you guys all for watching. Y'all are the GOATs. And yeah, of course, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.